All right, Virgo, I really love the cards that you're pulling here. This energy just between the two is really good. So, Virgo, this week from Lay Vampire, you pulled Eternal Youth, energy, newness, and vitality. And then from Chakra Wisdom, you pulled Self Worth. Now, Eternal Youth, the blessing here says you are about to be rejuvenated and filled with energy and potential. You will look and feel very well, and your health will be vital. You will be very attractive, and people will be drawn to your youthful free spirit and optimism. What I love about this card is it talks about exploring the blessings of the body and the mind and instigating a transformation within yourself and like really starting to feel youthful. When we take our mind away from the day to day and constantly needing to survive, and we're able to tap into that type of energy, it has lasting effects. And it's almost like a reminder that, that youthful part of yourself is not gone. And then on top of that, you have self-worth, which is perfect. So the inspiration here says people, events, and material objects beyond your frame of reference are being drawn to you. Aim higher, for you will draw even greater experiences into your life. Allow your energy to grow. Receiving is an action. The personal question says, how do I relate to the word deserving? Am I ready to allow myself to receive what others may not? The key ideas are greater knowledge, innocent curiosity, being rewarded, and receiving divine love. And of course, the key words are faith, self-love, and value. Finding your value and feeling youthful. It's beautiful energy, Virgo. And no matter what is happening with you this week, that energy alone will be able to carry you through any kind of difficulties you're facing. All right, Virgo, here we go. Here's the energy coming through. The Four of Cups. What? Why are you not in it? The Four of Cups for me is always like this emotionally draining feeling. It's being like, wrapped up in your emotions and they're not good. It's like there's no interest and there's like a need to go within and understand why. Why are you bored? Why are you not emotionally in something? And it's funny because this has been like a little consistent with Virgo, it seems like, not really feeling it. Oh, and in the past, the Knight of Wands, I don't know why, but I feel like this has to do with a person. When you're looking at the Knight of Wands, it's funny because I refer to him as the one-night stander, right? In and out. And this may be somebody with like a lot of passion. And for you, you're just like, meh, almost like it's not enough. Right? Your excitement and your energy isn't enough to keep my interest right now. Oh, Virgo, stop doing that. Stop doing that to yourself. The Nine of Swords in the present. Why? And the other thing too is when you're looking at the Knight of Wands, if this was somebody who was in and out and kind of like left you in this emotional funk, it makes sense that, mentally you're not in a good spot about it. But then on the other hand too, if you did something, like if you were like full of passion and went after something that you wanted, it may not have ended well. But my problem with that is I just don't see that with Virgo. Unfortunately, the Nine of Swords makes sense to me when we're talking about you. I love Virgos to death. My mother is a Virgo. So important to me. My best friend, Virgo, Sun, and Moon. You guys think too damn much, and you analyze the shit out of everything that is said to you. You can't do that because your mental thinking is not in a good spot right now, and emotionally you're not there either. And it's as bad as it is between the 9 and the 4. I'm glad I'm not seeing like the 5 of Cups or some other horrible emotional junk. This is something that you can get over, but you have to be careful where your thinking is leading you. Now, if somebody made you start thinking and feeling this way, then, screw them. Nobody should ever have to feel this way. I don't I don't think that, no matter what you do or another person does to you, no one should ever have to be in that kind of a position of feeling a regret, you know. And for some of you, it could just simply be regretting not going after something. Oh, very nice, very nice. The star. That's good to see. Emotional balance, especially with that Four of Cups sitting there. That, right? Hope, healing, hope for the future. I like the feeling because rather than being stuck in that kind of mental thinking, you start going with the flow of things, And I don't think you're fighting it. I just think right now, emotionally, you're just not in anything, No matter what this represents, you shouldn't be in this position. Stop thinking so much about shit because the thinking here isn't good either way. But seeing this coming out is good. It's good. Oh, your best path to follow. And that's very nice to see. So the Ace of Pentacles, that's basically Spirit telling you that, when you get ready to finish this off here, all this nonsense, and you go into this healing, be ready for the opportunity that comes through. It's like you need to be able to go with the flow of the way things need to happen in order for this to show up for you, right? But it's practical and it's perfect for you. You're looking at a new beginning, but you have to get your attention on it. It's funny because when you look at the Four of Cups, technically what's being offered there is the Ace, right? When you're looking at the traditional Rider-Waite. But here you have something, which I think would be better for Virgo is the Ace of Pentacles. Whether it has to do with love, a new job, whatever it is, you got to get your focus on it. You can't be emotionally, blah about everything that presents itself to you because of what you may have been through. That healing is on the way. But, you have to be willing to go with the flow of events. Sometimes shitty things happen just so that we can have, these brand new things, better things show up. Oh, very nice. So it will complete itself, which is good. So now if you're dealing with a person or if you're dealing with, an action that you may have taken in the past, no matter what it is, it's coming to full circle here. And this is a successful completion. And I get the feeling here too that, this is going to come to an end as well for you. For a lot of you, it's going to be getting out of that kind of mental thinking, definitely, and doing some healing. But seeing the world is good. There's a feeling of accomplishment there. And I think for you, in terms of the way that you're thinking and feeling, it's you being able to get out of that kind of funk and get to a point here where you start going with the way things are happening, and it starts to help you feel a little bit more successful when it comes to getting control over your mental thinking and your emotions, no matter what the past had to do with any of this. That, it's just the catalyst for what's happening now. But things are changing in a big way for you. Big way. I mean, look at it. It looks great. Oh, your hopes and your fears, practical energy, and you have, like, for me, is totally opposing, right? You have the Knight of Wands. It's not really caring about what the end result's going to be. He's just going after what he wants and, what is in front of his face. He's not worried about what the consequences are. The Knight of Pentacles is the complete opposite. And that may be, the situation for you, whether you're dealing with a person or your own actions. When you get to the Knight of Pentacles, either way, it's you wanting to have stability, right? I mean, the Knight of Pentacles, it's when you're looking at it in terms of people. For me, I have my own way of how I see these knights, right? The pages always tend to be messengers for me, but the knights are as well. But when you're looking at the Knight of Pentacles, this to me is more platonic energy. It's like the friend, you have the passion-driven, like, monster coming through, filling you full of their passion, and then they take off on you. This is somebody that's willing to go the distance, and there's there's more potential there for something else to develop. It's slower moving energy. It's not so quick, it's not that flame that's in and out. And when you're looking at it in terms of you and your plans, it looks great. Virgo, when it comes to you guys, you will bust your ass to get to where you need to be. But I think that you are done with this kind of action and these kinds of people. And it's not saying that they may have been horrible people. It's just that that's how they are. And you're done with that. It's completed. You're moving into a spot now where you're thinking more practically and you're laying down better plans for yourself for the future, And it's like, even though it's going to be slow going, it would be better to go through this process here slower so that it can, get to the successful completion rather than trying to boom race through it, because you don't really fix anything when you do that, But I do like that the star is there. The Knight of Pentacles is basically saying for some of you, you're hoping for that stability. But, in terms of a fear, it's, things taking too long, which is understandable, especially when you're presenting yourself with, these endings and this beginning. But I do like seeing that the focus is there rather than the Knight of Wands, especially with that Nine of Swords sitting there. That mental thinking's got to stop. Oh, very nice. Very, very nice, Virgo. You have strength and you have the stars. So you have some pretty powerful energy around you. And these are major life events. And you have the world sitting there on top of that. Things are changing for you in a big way. If you're dealing with people that have made you feel bad or you feel regret for having anything to do with them, and emotionally you're just blah about anything else that's coming through, the star and strength is good to see. There will be healing. There will be the ability for you to go with the flow of the events that are happening. Things are going to successfully complete themselves out when it comes to this energy here. You get to a point here where, things may be a little bit slow going, but, strength coming out is saying that you're going to be able to tap into that strength and that vitality to continue on this path of getting rid of old junk is what it feels like. You don't need to keep, going at this kind of pace anymore, Virgo, And I kind of like the feeling around it, especially coming into, the fall when things start to settle down a little bit before, we hunker down for the winter, right? Your energy is slowing down, but you're still carrying that youthful feeling. But when you're looking at self-worth and you're looking at the Knight of Wands, yeah, right? You're done with that kind of energy, that in and out passion. And this is not your truth. What your truth is the love that you have in your heart. It's beautiful. I love it. But when you're looking at the heart center, it's so important. It's so important to open up your heart and to live from that kind of space. You can't let people or actions you may have taken in the past affect you now. You have healing on the way, and you have the strength and the courage to go through whatever is happening for you. And I think when you get through this, that is where you're going to start to feel a little bit more youthful, which will make this long process not seem so bad. But if it is a different person coming through, he looks great. He or she looks great. But what is the truth? What is your truth? But definitely keep your heart open and love. Heart and love. Yeah. Yep. All right. We're going to take a look at the romance angels to see what is going on for you guys in terms of relationships. I like it, Virgo. For some reason, this reading just kind of calms me down. It's like, it almost has that feeling of assurance that the universe is working in your favor. It knows the struggles that you're going through. The divine sees it. And you're getting some major support coming through, which feels really good. Oh, very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Yes. And you can't clearly decide if you're in that emotional funk and bad mental thinking. I'm okay with those cards popping out like that before I ask the question because, it's already there. But, damn it, you're going to let me say it here. So I make sure that I have the right message. But these two for the singles look really good, right? Getting to know that person, right? And very soon, things will happen very soon. Even though it may seem like it's going really slow, right? And the thing is when you're getting to know somebody, the time is going to fly, you know. Pay attention to the red flags. Ugh, the signs are cautioning you. I worry about that one. Now, what are the red flags for you, though, in terms of a relationship? It could be that, it could just be a situation where somebody is like not feeling good emotionally. Maybe they're not doing well mentally, and maybe this may be a message for your partner, right? Pay attention to the red flags. Like, hey, if you love them and care about them, now is the time to start paying attention to them and understanding what the issues are, and that goes both ways. But overall, Virgo, I do love the energy that's surrounding you. It's so much more powerful than what you may be going through in the present moment. And things will start to change for you. It may seem like it's taking forever, but I do feel very strongly here that the universe is responding to whatever suffering you may be going through. And things will start to change. All right, Virgo. So, like I said in the beginning, these two cards here, like you really are truly finding your self-worth. And this energy, again, alone is going to help carry you through anything that you're facing this week. And the, strength, right? Having the strength. The problem is I think that whatever this represents, whether this is a person that you regret being involved with or an action that you may have taken or not taken, it doesn't matter anymore. You have to be careful where your mental thinking and your emotional thinking is leading you, because right now you're just like, meh, you're not in it. And whatever it was that happened in the past, you have to be careful about overthinking things too. But then the other thing too is, you have this as your best path to follow. Spirit is like handing this to you. But are you seeing it? And I think for some of you, you may not be, because you still have to go through the healing process, and it may feel like things are going really slow, which is understandable. But the thing is you don't have to continue with this type of energy anymore. It's over with, right? This is completing itself in a beautiful way. And there is room here for the new beginnings. You're just going to have to tap into that strength to face what you're looking at right now. But, again, with the star being there, that healing is on the way. You need to go with the flow of the events that are happening. It sucks. We have to go through a lot of shitty stuff to get to that point where we can look back and go, I went through all of that, but look at where I am now. And that's kind of the feeling around it. And it feels good. It's just, I don't like this. And again, I love you guys to death, Virgo, but stop overanalyzing things. Whatever happened in the past is over and it's done with now. Emotionally, you have to get out of that funk so that you can see the new things that are being presented to you. Now, in terms of, truth, what is your truth? Because this sure the hell is not your truth, right? What is your truth, Virgo? What is your truth in life, in what you're wanting to manifest? But it's so important here to live from your heart, right? The heart center and love. I mean, these two are perfect together. They're perfect. It's so important to live from that space because, again, life is too short not to. Why spend your time in this kind of a state, when this isn't all there is? There's so much more. It's just, unfortunately, this is something that you're going to have to kind of go through right now, and you're going to have to navigate through it, but you have the strength to do it. Now, in terms of relationships, getting to know each other and very soon. I like seeing these for the singles. And, even though it may feel like in a relationship like things are moving slowly, where you may have been used to like really fast energy, the time is going to fly when you actually slow down and, take that time to get to know the person that you're meeting. Now, for those of you who are in a relationship, I worry about this. Pay attention to the red flags. And this can go for your partner as well. This could be one of those things where your partner needs to start paying attention to what the issues are for you. But again, it goes both ways. What are the red flags in the relationship? What is it that you need to start paying attention to? But this alone, to me, is perfect, especially with self-worth and eternal youth. I think that this energy is going to be so much more powerful than what you're facing in the present moment.